We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And a lot of you were requesting in my previous videos from the pre-recording on my technical analysis on Friday's close. What are my thoughts after the tragic news that came out with the CFO, right? As you see popping up here on the screen, we're going to read over an article and I'm going to share my honest, humble opinion of my thoughts, how this could affect the stock price and also the company overall. But before we break it down and we jump into it, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities I mentioned on Friday morning. And as you see here popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home run opportunities I managed to find last week. And while not guaranteed to be this way every single time, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the stocks I mentioned this morning each gave 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but two of them turned out to be a home run, and that was BIAF and PXMD. We caught it in the pre-market here with BIAF sitting sideways towards the bell. The outflows were picking up, and all of a sudden, moments after, inflows picked up. They crossed the midpoint to the upside. It went ahead. It was under a bull indicator. No bear indicator popped up, and popped up with strength here on 42 vision for a highest point of 40% plus within minutes, guys. And then we caught PXMD. The inflows were picking up in the pre-market, and it went up nearly a highest point of 40% plus up towards the bell. Full strength on 42 vision. Pulled back down, found support. Inflows did not cross. They stayed above the midpoint and started to pick up. Got a bull indicator and went for another run of 40% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And it's been falling since Wednesday, right? That was the big catalyst everyone was waiting for. The stock went up towards it, and then it started to fall after it, after announcing that they're going to close stores and lay off a lot of their team members, right? And the stock has been ranging here between $8 to $9 and some change, almost reaching $10. Now I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators and our inflow versus outflow indicator, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. And slots are now open. You can now gain access to it as well. Once again, that link is down below in the description. So based off 42 vision right now, we're under a bull indicator on the 15-minute, and the inflows for the first time crossed over on the 15-minute here after several days of being below it. And when you zoom out to the 30-minute, same exact thing, right? But it's under a bear indicator, and outflows are still dominating. They have not been able to cross back over since they crossed here after that bear indicator, and things have stayed below. So within the volatility on the 15-minute, it's showing us like it's trying to bring itself back up, and on the 30-minute, it has not crossed back over, as you could see here on the chart. So what does this mean after this big news in this article that we're going to read together for the company? Well, it's going to stir up volatility. That is my personal opinion, my perspective alone, not financial advice. I could be completely wrong, but the volatility could affect this stock to go even lower, and there could be halts such as T12, as you see here coming up on the screen, or even an H10, right, by the SEC or the NASDAQ. We'll have to see what happens, but this is going to stir up volatility, and it could affect things to the downside, and that's why we're going to go ahead and break down the supports here to watch. Now, before this news coming out about the CFO leading up to these dates, and even before this, there were several catalysts going on, which are even talked about in this article, and how it all connects towards the CFO, when the CFO was actually the one speaking and announcing things, right? And as you see here, I circled it already. The first catalyst was back on August 24th, and the CFO and his team himself went ahead and secured 500 million in funding, right? Which at the time, at these prices of $10 to $15, was nearly half of the market cap of the company. Because right now, at $8.58, the market cap as of close on Friday was 690 million. They secured 500 million. Now, the excitement was pretty quickly actually growing here from about August 25th towards the 30th, and this was the next catalyst everyone was waiting for, which was this last Wednesday. And then the company announced layoffs and closures of different stores, and that leads up to the point where things fell really fast. And here we are at a key support level within the charts, not including this news, that could create, as I stated, the T12 halts or even an H10. It's not guaranteed to happen, but I do want every single viewer and investor to be aware of this possibility, even though not guaranteed, but for us to not be surprised, because after this news and in the conditions the company is in, this could spark even further volatility. Now, when you read through this whole entire article, just to go ahead and summarize it really quickly, it talks about how a lot of the executives have been stepping down or out of the company while being unprofitable, right? And one of the main things right now is that the company is expected to move quickly to reassure investors by appointing an interim finance chief, okay? Possibly before the US stock market reopens after Labor Day, right? Which is today. So if there's no news on this and there's no new CFO announced within a couple days or even this week, it could stir up volatility big time, guys. Again, this is my opinion, my perspective alone. And if no one really believes the CFO or the new person filling this position to take on this role has the capabilities to do what was expected, this stock could actually plunge even further down, because confidence has been lost. Because the same person, and it's sad to say this, that's no longer here, is actually the one that secured with his team, right, the $500 million loan and whole entire funding that led up to this point of going from $8 to $12, sitting sideways, going up, right, up towards the announcement of this last Wednesday, and is the same person that was with his team organizing the structure of the future of the company. And one of the tough decisions they had to make as a company was that they're going to lay off people and close stores, guys. So here I am to share my personal opinion and perspective. I could be completely wrong, not financial advice, but right now on the 30-minute, we're under a bear indicator. It's been going downwards. Yes, I've talked about how $8 is a key support and staying above $8.50, but with this news, I think we could possibly test those levels and go even below it. And the next support level will be down here at around $7.15, and below that would be $6.17. I'm going to keep those levels in mind to the downside and watch these outflows if they continue to dominate and if they switch from green to red to the downside and pull lower down on the 30-minute with the outflows and staying under this bear indicator. Same thing on the 15-minute. It crossed for the first time in several days, and I'm going to be watching if this comes right back down. It's under a bull indicator, and if it gets canceled by a bear indicator, and if we break through the support of 8.13, 8.12, give or take. And in the bigger picture, on the 1 hour, it has been trying to bring itself back up. Those outflows crossed since the 30th of August, and it's been below that all this time. There's been some dip buying going on, but not enough to cross back up. I'm going to be watching if it shifts from green back to red and pulls down lower again, because it's still been under a bear indicator and no bull indicator has popped up. And on the 4 hour in the bigger picture, you could see here that some inflow started to pick up. It's the first time it shifts from red to red with green borders. I'm going to be watching if it shifts right back down to red and if these outflows start to pull down. Now, if inflows do pick up, the first resistance is 874, or I'll even stay up here at 880s, and then above that will be $9.20. I'll be watching if these green bars of inflows continue towards the midpoint, even if it doesn't cross it, but starts to pick up. I'll be watching that to the upside. And then also on the 1 hour, I'll be watching those support levels of $9, $8.80, $9.20. It's going to be very, very important. Specifically, $10 is a key resistance level that the bulls can try to start dominating again. And I'll be watching if a bull indicator pops up and if these inflows could get crossed. Now, that does not happen. Again, as I stated, I see the volatility of the possibility of retesting the lows here of $8, even breaking through it, and especially if there's no news on a new CFO or someone filling the position to take that role for the company. I mean, a lot of executives have been leaving within the volatility and within the speculation of a possible short squeeze again, or even a round 2 or round 3. But right now, things have gotten a lot more difficult to understand, not just the charts, but everything going on with the company. And after such great news of securing such a big deal of funding, and then having to make this long, hard decision for the long story of the company of the layoffs and closing stores, and then all of a sudden a lot of executives leaving, and now even the CFO, which is the chief financial officer, they know the finances, they understand, the accounting part of the company with their team, is no longer with us. It is sad. It is sad. And hopefully, if there is halts by the SEC or the NASDAQ, I hope what they're doing is halting it for a greater purpose of understanding what's going on with the company and, its stock and stuff. I mean, very interesting stuff, beyond anyone's expectations to hear over the weekend such news. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.